Kia ora, and welcome to Tuesday's Economy Watch, where we follow the economic events and trends that affect Aotearoa. I'm David Chaston, and this is the international edition from interest.co.nz, and today we lead with news that while financial markets are quiet due to the US Labour Day holiday, the data being reported in the rest of the world is actually very encouraging, especially for the factory sectors. In China, the private Caixin PMI has a new sponsor, Rating Dog, and it is still produced by S&P Global. That August factory PMI showed manufacturing output returned to growth in August. Total new business expanded at its fastest pace since March, but it also reported the fastest rise in average input prices in 9 months. As has become the norm in 2025, this private PMI series is more bullish than the official PMIs. And while we're noting improved factory PMIs in China and Australia, we should also note that they improved in Japan, Korea, Taiwan and Indonesia as well. The Trump tariff taxes aren't killing these countries. In fact, because it is the American importers who are paying these taxes and ultimately the American consumer, the whole tariff journey just shows the Americans are prepared to pay a lot more for what they import, and demand isn't flagging, yet anyway. Of special note is the regaining of momentum in India, where their factory PMI turned notably higher on new orders and newfound momentum. This is now their fastest improvement in operating conditions in 17.5 years, with production growth accelerating to nearly a 5-year high. Supported by strong demand and better alignment of supply with orders. New orders rose at their fastest pace in nearly 5 years, and given they've been strong in the lead-up, this really is saying something. Even European factories are on the move up, returning to expansion with their sharpest rise in factory output since March 2022. Their factory PMI is now its highest in 41 months. Australia's factory sector expansion accelerated again in August. High new order levels, supported by a rise in exports, led to a solid rise in production. Confidence rose to its highest level since February 2022. The survey showed that manufacturers hired more staff and raised their purchasing and inventory levels. Meanwhile, price pressures remained little problem there. And staying in Australia, their residential building consents fell 8.2% in July from June, almost double the market expectations of a 4.8% fall. This sharply ate into the upwardly revised 12% increase in June. The decline was largely due to a fall in approvals for dwellings that weren't houses, that is, apartments and townhouses. By state, approvals fell sharpest in New South Wales, while rising in Tasmania, Western Australia and Queensland. Lower new home building is juicing up their existing home real estate markets. Cotality reported strong August gains from July, up 0.7% for the month nationally. It's back as a strong seller's market. The rises in Brisbane and Perth are notable, but the gains in Adelaide and Sydney were not far behind them in August. The consequences for affordability for most aspiring buyers look awful. And we should probably also note that the forecast for Australia's wheat crop was raised sharply in an overnight update. Good rains recently are behind the revision. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now at 4.25% and up 2 basis points from yesterday at this time. The key 2-10 yield curve is up at 62 basis points. The last time it was this steep was in February 2022. Longer dated yields are on the move higher too. The US Treasury 30-year yield is actually closing in on 2007 levels. And the price of gold will start today at $3,477 an ounce, up $30 from yesterday, and a new record high. Silver topped $40 for the first time since 2011, also near a record high. And American oil prices are 50 US cents firmer at just on $64.50 a barrel, while the international Brent price is holding at just over $68 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is now just on 59 US cents, unchanged from yesterday. Against the Aussie, we're down 10 basis points at 90 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're down 10 basis points as well at 50.4 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today at just over 66.4 and down 10 basis points from yesterday. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $108,918 and little changed. That is down 0.1% from this time yesterday. Volatility over the past 24 hours has been modest, at just under plus or minus 1.2%. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston. We'll do this again tomorrow.